Hey everybody, this is Jbizzo 49,
And Prometheus MFD.
and this is the first of these vlogs for the new year 2012.
Huzzah! The month's only like 3/4 of the way through. Actually, we're recording this on January 21st.
Yep.
By the time it gets up, it'll probably be the 22nd or 23rd.
Yep.
So yeah, 3/4 of the way through. There's only about a week left.
Yep. Amazing shit, isn't it?
Oh man, we've tried to do this like 4 different times, but I just couldn't find my mic. Which I know I have. It's just I put it in my backpack and I took it out when we got here and I don't remember where I put it. I think.
You think? 4 times? I thought it was a hell of a lot more than that. At least it felt like a hell of a lot more than that.
Yeah.
But but this time that we had between when we were originally scheduled to record this and when we are actually recording this, we actually added a few topics.
Quite a few. We pretty much doubled the length.
Yeah. So, as promised, I will be giving some thoughts on Skyward Sword and Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Prometheus also got a couple games for Christmas as well.
Only 2. I got 3 games, only 2 of which I'm actually going to talk about, because the third one I haven't even picked up yet.
That's bloody brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. I've been distracted by all the crap.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta find a job.
And then we're going to go in depth on a couple things that have come to Xbox in the last couple months.
And then movies.
Yes. And that's kind of like the major stuff that we have.
No one cares.
But before we get into all of that, there is something that we really needed to address, and I'm surprised I didn't bring it up in an earlier blog.
Well, it's really only just now getting, like, known and coverage and shit.
Well, actual TV, newspaper media coverage.
Yeah, as opposed
to... Internet coverage, it's been all over the place for the past few months.
Since its inception.
Pretty much. We are, of course, talking about the dual legislation, the Stop Online Piracy Act and the Protect IP Act, both of which, in their current forms, were axed yesterday.
Yeah, well, in the sense that they are in recession. The will to make something like that is still there.
But so, in its current form,
yeah,
they're gone.
We might go into relapse.
Yeah,
I'm using cancer terms, but this is serious.
Yes, it's serious business. First of all, another thing. Prometheus has started watching Total Biscuit's videos.
I freaking love Total Biscuit. Oh my god, his voice is like melted chocolate in my ears.
And the first thing that annoyed him about these things was the need to have the fucking things be acronyms all fucking time.
I am convinced that SOPA PIPA has to become like some Mediterranean dish made out of lamb and onions and all this good stuff. And so maybe if you're like one Greek viewer were to tell us if he could make that, even though he probably doesn't watch it and doesn't exist.
Well, yeah. This whole acronym thing is really bad because I told him that that PIPA is an acronym for the Protect IP Act, which is an acronym for the Preventing Real Online Threats to Economic Creativity and Theft of Intellectual Property Act. Deep breaths.
The thing is, with the Protect acronym, you can tell that they saw Protect and said, hey, we need to make this an acronym.
Kind of like what happened with Patriot, except worse.
Yeah. Because, Patriot Act only really invaded our privacy for a bit, but this act could be used to censor things, which, if you know anything
which on the internet is fucking unheard of.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the United States. If you don't know anything about U.S. government, we are founded on this list of inherent rights called the Bill of Rights, which is the first 13 amendments of our Constitution. And the first one, the very first one, is freedom of speech, religion, and all that jazz.
I thought it was the first 10. Not the first 13.
No, it's first 13. Maybe. Damn it, it's been like 8 years since I've seen Schoolhouse Rock. I don't remember.
We actually came up with... Prometheus actually came up with a recursive acronym for this stupid thing.
I did. What was it?
It was PIPA Rally of Telemetric Excitement, Contact Ted. And then for the IP part, I added Idiot Profit.
Idiot Profit. Well, idiots will profit off of it. I mean, honestly, if you think internet piracy is actually going to influence a market,
no.
You clearly have never been on the internet.
No.
Generally, with quality goods, people who pirate it some people who pirate it will actually purchase what they pirated if it's, good quality. Because, if it's something nice, they're not gonna, and it's worth paying for, they're not gonna risk it getting taken away.
This is entirely true.
Whereas there's others who are just there to, get free stuff, but even then, good stuff will be spread to people who will purchase it through legitimate means. I almost said memes, God. And honestly, the people who purchase legitimately far outweigh the people who pirate.
It's piracy to legitimate purchase is like comparing religious extremists to everybody else.
Yeah.
It's a very small percentage.
Oh, crap. I just thought of something to say and I forgot it. What the hell? And there, this act is making it seem like there's only one kind of piracy. Borrowing CDs from a library, which, like, the last 3 places I've lived, the library has done that, and burning them to your computer is considered piracy.
I know someone that does that for movies.
Yeah. I don't do that for movies. Of course, I don't really watch that many I don't really rewatch that many movies. I think I can name them on, like, 2 hands. That might have increased in the past couple years, though.
Yeah, with all the movies you've been seeing.
Well, and the fact that Pixar is still making films.
Oh, that's true.
I will rewatch every Pixar film whenever possible. Even Cars 2.
You anticipated my question.
You anticipated my answer. God, that's a bit depressing. So yes, it's theoretically it's gotten canceled, but it's not gone.
If they're gonna bring elements from that back, they're gonna have to be careful with the timing of it.
We're probably going to see a couple months where nothing about the internet is being said, and then they're gonna try it again, which. The internet, they're always on high alert for anything that would affect that. And, it's not just people who pirate, it's everybody whose main thing is on the internet. Like, Jeepers Media, I know, posts things about that, though.
Yes.
That's getting a bit more political than I want in a toy reviewer. Stick to what you're good at, Jeepers Media. Review toys in a humorous manner.
The biggest blow, and any of you watching that's probably noticed, was the blackout on Wednesday.
Yes. So what people did was to protest it. They basically stopped services for their site. XKCD did it. Wikipedia did it. TV Tropes had a stop PIPA thing across the top. A lot of sites blacked out basically as this is what's going to happen when this bill passes. The problem is, those of us who knew about it and have actually done something about it already did something about it. The petition's been up for like a month and a half now. Since a bit after the bill's inception.
I believe the petition had gotten enough signatures for an official response about 4 days after it was made.
Yeah, because I had already signed up 2 weeks ago. I wasn't... So I was a bit behind, but still. It was before the blackout. And honestly, I don't think the blackout, as an example, would really work any better than just informing people. Because, people are assholes. They'll treat you like shit, but they're still a rather intelligent bunch. That's probably the least cynical thing I've ever said.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we were going back and forth. Prometheus was showing me some of Total Biscuit's videos, mainly Terraria.
You know what? Say what you will about Minecraft, Terraria actually has always had an end goal, and I don't know.
So I'm like, okay, scale of 1 to 10. Because he was comparing him and Jesse to us.
Our dynamics. Because it's the same freaking dynamic. Jesse is the silly guy who does just whatever he wants in order to piss off the other guy. And Total Biscuit is rather serious about it while still being humorous and having the voice that rivals Tim Curry. And while Jbizzo here doesn't have the awesome voice, it's still the same. I go off on whatever random thing I'm doing, and he's more focused and down to earth.
What you just spewed there the last 30 seconds was complete bullshit.
Kind of.
But anyway...
Less so than you would think.
It was like... okay, so he's Total Biscuit, the cynical Brit.
Yeah.
So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how cynical do you think I am?
Yes.
With 1 being totally positive about everything, and 10 being 0 punctuation.
Well, that still makes me laugh. I put you at what, like a 6.5, a 7?
Something like that.
And you put me at what, like a 5?
4.5.
4.5. I'm only really cynical about movies. I mean, honestly. That's because I read so much freaking TV tropes. I understand all the stuff that goes into story writing now.
And such.
And I'm critical on when it's done poorly.
Yeah.
So my family actually has started calling me cynical asshole because of that. No, I'm not even kidding. Like, my uncle, my mom, my dad, my sisters, they all call me cynical asshole when I complain about going to a movie. I need to get them reading TV tropes. Then they'll be just like me.
So your answer is assimilation.
Yes. I am the Borg of TV tropes. Oh, man. God damn.
So first 15 minutes, and we got way off track.
Like, that's a record.
What the hell were we talking about again?
We were talking about the SOPA PIPA bill and how...
Because it's a pair. SOPA comes from the House, and PIPA comes from the Senate.
Yes, because they are different things, even if they're both government, federal government.
You
But
can
I
think
agree-
of them as brother and sister bills.
Yeah. Except in a more creepy incest type way.
Pretty much.
Because you can't think something positive about anything that censors.
No.
I mean, the FCC still kind of leaves a foul taste in my mouth, so to speak. But you were talking about how Total Biscuit doesn't like how they're acronymed, and they're a lot of the fact that a lot of the reason why they're acronymed is, one, it's easier to remember, but two, it kind of hides the true nature of the bill.
It becomes what we know in business as buzzwords.
Yes. People are intelligent and bright and understanding, but at the same time, they're stupid assholes.
So yeah.
I love how I contradict myself.
See, that's why you're a 4.5 on the cynic scale.
Yeah, I contradict it.
Yeah.
But, well, I'm glad to see they got shut down through citizen action, but it's debatable on whether or not it's going to stay dead. We might need to consult Bruce Campbell on this.
Yeah.
Maybe hack up the bill with the chainsaw hand. Can you tell I've been watching the Evil Dead series? Freaking love Bruce Campbell.
So, on kind of a tangent from that, one day after the blackout, MegaUpload got a takedown notice.
Oh yeah, didn't they get completely shut down?
Yes.
And then the government has records on basically everyone who's used their site.
Which is pretty much everyone who has used the internet.
So, see you guys after my parole meeting. But because they did that because it was used because they were trying to take down everything that could possibly be used to pirate music. But the problem with that is, it's like arresting the CEO of a gun manufacturer because they manufactured a gun that someone used in a murder.
That doesn't make any bloody sense.
Misusing a product without, well, I'm not going to say without the knowledge of the owner, because I'm pretty sure they knew what was going on. But I mean, it's not their goal to stop that. They're not going to force people to stop using their product. It's really retarded. Of course, arresting everybody who's ever used MegaUpload ever is going to be a lot harder than they think.
Yes.
Didn't we equate it that he gets a manila envelope?
Yes.
Where it's just a regular envelope, but all it has is the directions to the warehouse where the entire list is being held. And it's the entire warehouse.
As in, I did the typical place full of papers joke.
Yeah.
Where you open the door and, yeah, you know.
Yeah. What? Why is this a digital database? Fool, this is the federal government. Efficiency is not in our interest.
Now, you said they were afraid that Anonymous would hack it.
Yeah.
Which they probably would.
Maybe. Considering Anonymous is like a whole bunch of different people with a whole bunch of different skills and beliefs and shit. But yeah, this government involvement with, this serious government involvement with intellectual property is definitely going to become something along the lines of the cable satellite pseudo-monopoly that is kind of ruining the entire transmission type. So yeah,
Sounds kind of
Fuck the
Orwellian,
federal
if you know what I
government.
mean.
Yeah. Well, no. Maybe. Wait. Did, who wrote 1984?
George Orwell.
Yeah, Huxley had a better vision of it. Orwellian. The problem I have with 1984 is that basically, while I can agree that a lot of stuff is bad, no real solution is provided. It's just, this is what's going to happen, this is bad, and that's it. Whereas Huxley at least admits, yeah, there are some good with like Brave New World, is that, yeah, there are some good points, but a lot more bad points, and it basically makes life really cheap, but there is a way to solve it. There is always a way to solve a problem. Math taught me that.
But this is the same person that says math only proves a solution.
Yes. If you use math to prove a solution, that means there was a solution to the problem. If you can't find it, you're just not using the right math. Try trigonometry.
I fucking hate trigonometry.
Yeah. I found trigonometry easy.
Well, fuck you then.
Yeah. Though, to be fair, I did not get the best grade in it. I got like a C. Though, to be double fair, I did sleep through the class. It was that in Spanish. I just slept through those classes. It was really
Well,
bad.
I can understand Spanish.
I was, my second year of Spanish. First year. Not my second year of the same Spanish class. I passed the first Spanish class and I was taking my second Spanish class in order to graduate. I was the only senior, too, because I was just taking that to graduate. But yeah.
It's like 22 minutes in, you probably want us talking about video games. Like, video games? What the fuck?
We never deal with video games. What are you talking about? That's crazy. That's for nerds. Nerds we are not. I say that, but I'm wearing a shirt with ninjas on it.
And I'm wearing a shirt that has
watching cartoons.
that has the I believe this is the Super Paper Mario sprite.
While talking on a blog about video games, it's going to be uploaded to YouTube.
Yep.
Remember when YouTube was still new?
Yeah.
Good times.
Good times, man.
You know,
remember when the ZELDA fan base wasn't divided?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so either.
They're almost as bad as the Sonic fan base.
I think the one difference is the ZELDA fan base doesn't just wantonly throw Ruin Forever lightly.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I'm still not very far in Skyward Sword.
Really? Well, you're farther than what I saw.
Which was the first part of the game.
First, like, 20 minutes.
That was the first hour, dude.
Hour, yes. Which I saw after we recorded the 1000th video special.
Yes.
So
we did. We have actually recorded that.
Look forward to it. You will actually be hearing my voice in something that isn't one of these fucking blogs.
Which is craziness.
It's really bad, though. Alright.
You're gonna love it. I will promise you that.
If not for our playing, but for our reactions. Alright, let's move on, because we're nearing on a half hour in and have only covered 2 topics. God, this is almost as bad as freaking Yogg's Cast, where they focused 10 minutes on one question because they did the exact same fucking thing and trailed off into different tangents like I'm doing now.
So,
did that all in one breath.
So, Skyward Sword.
How much are we telling about it, though?
I can tell you that a playthrough's upcoming.
Yeah.
I can tell you that I've already recorded the first 5 parts of it.
Well, it looks like it's a fun game.
I'm only 10 hours in, which those of you who have played the game is not fucking far at all.
It's longer than some of the previous Zelda games have been.
Yeah.
Because I know I could get 100% Twilight Princess like 20 hours now. Which is kind of bad.
Yeah. Do you want to retell your experience from watching me play the first hour?
So, basically, it's like a prequel to everything, which I'm still gonna contest that it comes after Minish Cap. But it tells how, because Minish Cap has the whatever sword and doesn't even tell about the Master Sword becoming to be, whereas Skyward Sword, it's been revealed that it's about how the Master Sword came to be. Mm-hmm. But anyway, the hell?
What?
I heard something. Okay, but anyway,
you're crazy, man.
I know. I'm alone in the house, so well, the dog's here, but I don't know where the hell he is. Anyway, instead of a horse, you get a kick-ass bird. And
the Loftwing, to use its official name.
Which is like the thing about Skyward Sword is that it's just like how Twilight Princess was referencing Link to the Past and Ocarina of Time. Skyward Sword is absolutely referencing Wind Waker all over the fucking place, because it's a similar concept with different land masses that you travel to in a otherwise unmovable space, untraversable space. But this time it's air instead of water, and the bird you get resembles the King of Red Lions to a point,
because it's red,
and it kind of has like the same color scheme entirely, and also you use it to traverse. But it's a combination of the realistic look and the cell shading, which kind of adds a neat effect. And
it adds a neat effect, but it also it divides the fan base into a third section with the more recent Zelda games.
Why do fans take this shit so fucking seriously? It pisses me off to no end when they take these little changes and use it to claim the game is bad when it's clearly. Just want to.
You have these folks that highly prefer the Twilight Princess art style, and then you have the other folks that highly prefer the Wind Waker art style, and then you have the folks in the middle, which is you and I. You want to play the fucking game.
Yes. God damn it! Just enjoy the game for what it is. I want to punch each and every one of them in the face. But anyway, though I am now going to delve into my criticism of it, if I can talk about this.
What are we going to talk about? Just the first hour of that?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair game.
The characterizations, as I eloquently put it, which.
Oh man.
So they also reference. Okay, first of all, they also simultaneously reference King of Red Lions and Kaepora Gaebora with the headmaster of the school of the night school that you start out in, who's what is it? Headmaster Kaepora or Headmaster Gaebora? Gaebora. He looks like the owl, but he also looks like the King of Red Lions at the end of Wind Waker. That game's old. That game's like 8 years old. You should know what he looks like.
This game fucking references the entire Zelda mythos almost.
Well, that's like every other Zelda game ever. But I still think they each reference something, different games more. This one more Wind Waker. But anyway, so there's Link, just as always, is completely devoid of actual personality because that's his job. He's supposed to be strictly the link between the player and the game world.
Hence the name.
Yes.
Derp.
But, so, in all the previous games, because of this, there's really not been much relationship with the various characters, such as Zelda, Midna, the green-haired chick, Kokiri.
Sorry.
Sorry, I don't know why I forgot her name. Holy shit. Well,
If I'm filling in information for you, you got a freaking problem.
I haven't played Ocarina of Time in like 2 years.
And why should you? Majora's Mask is the better game.
It is. Holy shit, that is a Bruce Campbell reference in Dexter's Lab. I caught a South Park reference in Powerpuff Girls today.
Would you have just like have that stuff on silently in the background?
Yeah. I'm like, fuck this, I'm not going to turn the TV off. Mute. Which, ironically, it's more effort to mute it because I had to mute the surround sound as opposed to pressing the one button to turn off the TV. But anyway, back to Skyward Sword. So they actually have kind of a relationship set up with Zelda and Link, and it's rather cliched for... If you've ever been into any kind of Japanese media at all that has a romantic relationship in it, the relationship between Link and Zelda comes off as pretty cliched.
Going to point at you.
But I don't know, well, cliched to a Western viewer, I'm not sure, because Japan does have kind of a different view on it. Things anyway. So there's an actual relationship, which kind of breaks the whole Link concept, because Link is always supposed to just be the player character. So any relationship is purely fanon, to use a TV tropes term.
Mm-hmm.
We can just link you to TV tropes rather than make these blogs, and you won't miss a single fucking thing.
But then you don't get to hear our voices.
Oh, man. Yeah, because that's a nice trade-off. God, being punished.
It's something that is punishable by death.
Are your parents, like, punishing you and forcing you to watch our videos? That would be the worst punishment ever.
That would be like that would be like in that Retsu Prey video, one of the ones with Billy MC, where his mom gets him some fries. And that's his Christmas present.
They went crazy with the Billy MC backstory.
Yes.
And to you know what? There actually is a Jacob MC.
And it doesn't quite measure up.
Nope. It's got like 2 videos. But he's disabled comments because people will just spam comments,
referencing the Retsu Prey mythos.
Funny thing is, they set up this tragic backstory for Billy MC. He's actually a pretty good gamer.
He beat Karate Kid on NES with like 0 effort.
Dude, it's it's kind of crazy in a dorkish kind of way.
Yeah.
Him and Electrical Beast, they got Retsu Prey, and if you've only ever, of course, I don't know how many of your viewers have actually been to Retsu Prey, but they're rather good gamers.
Speaking of dorkish, the relationship between Link and Zelda and Skyward Sword.
It's very dorkish. It's cliched. I just don't think it fits in the whole Zelda mechanics. The nice thing about Zelda is that they're able to do the exact same thing over and over again, but change it just enough that I'll buy it, while I'll be buying the re-releases of their previous games over and over again. What was that Penny Arcade? I can't wait to buy Zelda. Which one? All of them. Over and over.
Over and over again.
Oh, man. But, it's a formulaic series, but Nintendo has never really made it seem formulaic. They always like to add new things and change around the setting, and that's why I liked Spirit Tracks. I found it rather refreshing. Also, it's a pretty good Zelda game. A lot better than Phantom Hourglass. Which, Phantom Hourglass should have had more time for rewind, like Prince of Persia. That would have been cool. It's a good Zelda game. They're rarely bad. Can't name a bad Zelda off the top of my head other than CDI.
Other than the CDI ones.
The CDI ones don't technically count.
No. Well, if you haven't heard of them before, you might think you're living under a rock. But trust me, it's a rock worth living under.
Really? Though I was watching that speedruns for charity thing.
Oh yes.
And they were joking about doing a speedrun of Wand of Gamelon.
Oh God.
Link, my boy. Wait, is that Wand of Gamelon or the Faces of Evil?
I forget.
Anyway. No, it's Faces of Evil.
Yeah, because that has the king in it.
Yeah, I think Wand of Gamelon is... Which one is Zelda?
Zelda's Wand of Gamelon.
Zelda's one, yeah. So at least we were a bit on topic without tangent there. I think we've said all we really can without spoiling things about Skyward Sword.
Which, if you want more detail, we're going to be doing a Skyward Sword playthrough very soon.
Yes. And then it will sit stagnant till about a year after we finish Ocarina of Time. Because we'll be too busy doing Ocarina of Time. Anyway.
You just want to delay the Shadow Temple as much as possible.
Oh my God. You will hear a grown man cry. Which I'm only a grown man by the barest legal definition.
I should just record the Shadow Temple tonight out of spite.
Make me do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
I did not want to spend my Sunday watching you play the Shadow Temple. Speaking of which, I'll talk about that later. Next game.
So the other game I've already started a playthrough for.
Yes.
And that's Kirby's Return to Dreamland. I believe it's also known as Kirby's Adventure Wii in Europe, because it's pretty much a Kirby's Adventure remake.
Yeah? Like, straight up, or just thematically?
Thematically, yes.
Straight up? It could not be whiter. But from what I saw, it's a pretty, good Kirby game. Didn't you say it got a bit more difficult in later levels?
Yes. I really need to finish that playthrough just to prove that point.
They need to make more Kirby games that get difficult later on, because...
Well, they kind of already do.
Yeah, but like Nintendo hard difficulty. Technically, any hard Nintendo game is Nintendo hard, but still! Because, people complain that all these games for kids, all they do is... they're just super easy, and, no kid's game is ever difficult or challenging, but remember, the old Nintendo games were all made for kids, but, back when video games were seen as a fad that would never catch on and last well into 30s of years.
Yeah. And almost didn't happen.
Yeah. Well, technically Nintendo made it stay.
Yeah.
And
of course, kind of a link to that, Kirby is likely named after the lawyer John Kirby.
Yeah. I read that too. Because didn't he...
He was the lawyer that defended Nintendo when Paramount sued them for Donkey Kong.
Didn't I link you to that?
I believe
At
you
one
did.
Point, I don't know if you knew that prior, but I know I linked you to that. Yeah, I remember that. Which, pretty sure the real life Kirby never ate nearly as much as our video game fan, our video game pink puffball did.
I also showed him that game when he was over here, and I pretty much told him, well, this is a game about this pink puffball pretty much just going on a rampage because his friends are fucking enablers.
There Will Be Brawl actually made a legitimately terrifying twist to Kirby. If you haven't seen it, see it, because it's a well-made... I don't want to call it machinima, because it's live action, but... Just watch it, it's good. But, Return to Dreamland really... Because it's aptly titled, because, honestly, the past few Kirby games have not been the traditional side-scrolling eat-em-up.
Not to say that those games are bad.
No, they tend to be very good games, but Nintendo tried different things.
You see, this is coming from two simple-minded individuals who understand games for what they are.
We enjoy playing games. I know that sounds crazy, but.
We're actually on the internet talking about video games and not arguing over them. It's crazy.
But, I mean, people were bitching how Kirby's Epic Yarn was too easy.
And it kind of was. I'll give them credit for that.
But too easy implies that it's so easy that it's boring to play. But is it boring to play solely because of the easiness?
Not necessarily.
If you have fun while playing a video game, then it's a good game. Even if it's so bad that it's good, like
if you question
over-the-road racing.
If you question whether I had fun with it, watch my playthrough.
Yeah. I know. Well, I also don't like it when people complain about one game copying another when the first game is an adaptation of a media that already had the concept way before. Like, what was it, the new Warhammer 40k Space Marines?
Yeah.
Considering Warhammer 40k started in what, like, late 80s, early 90s?
I think our friend Kenny would have more information on that.
Dude, I remember when we were in high school, Kenny had the entire backseat of his pickup full of that crap. So when he had more than one other person in there, we had to move all that crap aside. And it was usually me who was in the back.
Trust me, that was more difficult than it looked.
You know what? Either way, he was still a better driver than Larry or Ryan. No one here is going to know why that's funny. Dude, Ryan is the only person I've ever told to pull over so I could walk home. Fuck that. Anyway, what were we talking? Oh yeah, Warhammer 40k. Because people were accusing it of just blatantly copying Gears of War, whereas like half the elements in Gears of War were directly inspired by the tabletop game. But yeah, Kirby's Epic Yarn Return to Dreamland. God damn it, it looks like it's a pretty good game. It definitely has all the gamey stuff like, challenge maps and different power-ups and
you haven't seen the later levels of the game. It kind of gets ridiculous.
Yeah, well that's good. Kids need to learn how to play hard video games.
Because the kids need to learn that something exists in most video games. It's
more
called a difficulty curve.
No more sitting on your ass all day playing video games with a plastic guitar controller. The irony being, that's exactly what I've been doing. Which we'll get to later.
We'll get to that later. Okay, so that was the main things that I got for Christmas.
Yeah. All right, on to me. Out of the 3 games I got, I've only really played 2 of them. I got Battlefield 3, Deus Ex: Human Revolution, and Dead Space 2.
The latter of which you haven't even touched.
No, not really. I think I've installed it onto the hard drive and that's it. Because I honestly hate horror games. I don't like horror games unless someone's in there watching with me. Which I need to find someone to hang out and watch me play a video game for hours. So
Battlefield 3 we had already touched on a couple months ago.
Yeah, I love it. Except for Deathmatch.
On our little list here we have Battlefield 3 dash God damn it, Prometheus hates Deathmatch.
So the way it works is as you play multiplayer, you unlock guns, and there are some guns that you have to achieve certain goals. Well, some of the goals was win 5 games of squad deathmatch. I played about 35 games before I got that goal done. A squad deathmatch, which is a game type I absolutely hate. With Battlefield, I just vastly prefer the goal-based games like Rush or Conquest, which is the opposite of Halo, where I hate capture the flag and I hate.
It's kind of weird how that works.
Well, Halo's more of a just kill 'em game, whereas you can't really. It's not really nearly as fun to do in Battlefield. Is it telling that my best class is the class that revives people from the dead?
Maybe.
But yeah, if you're willing to shill out the $10 for an online pass, which is a concept I absolutely hate, fuck you EA. Get Battlefield 3. It's pretty good. I don't think they do that for the PC version though. Of course, I'm not a PC gamer. Though it's becoming a lot more tempting now. But I'd need money for that.
Yeah.
Damn you. Shit, hold on. I had the person's name, then I lost it.
Type.
I'm Googling it. Shit, who's that one economist from the 19th century? Oh shit. Hold on. I might have it.
This is the greatest quality thing ever.
Adam Smith. God damn it, how did I forget that? Damn you, Adam Smith.
Adam Smith hates your guts.
Yes.
So anyway, the other one that he's actually played is Deus Ex Human Revolution.
So, it's very much a shooter RPG. It's a lot better than some of the other Deus Ex sequels, although technically it is a prequel. In Deus Ex fashion, it has the RPG elements and the option to not kill people, which I find refreshing. So I'm on like my 5th attempt of doing a pacifist run, because that not only is that not hard enough, but I'm doing it completely blind.
I believe in the SDA marathon there was a pacifist run of that game.
Yeah. Pacifism for the win.
Anything else you wanted to mention about the game?
Get it if you're into the shooter with some RPG elements, like Mass Effect. But yeah.
Didn't you say that it references Final Fantasy of the future?
Oh yeah, because the company was recently purchased by Square Enix.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I've been playing some retro games recently, and I forgot that Square and Enix had merged.
Oh my god, there was a merger in like 2003? 4?
Well, yeah,
I don't remember.
About then, yeah. So they had a poster in the game which takes place in the year 2027 for Final Fantasy 23, or what was it? I don't remember. I haven't played it in a while.
20 whatever.
Yeah. But anyway, moving on.
You were saying that might actually happen because Final Fantasy has kind of become Madden.
Dude, they've released like 2 games a year for the past 2 years. They're like, no, they're worse than Madden. At least, Madden doesn't hide the fact that it's the same shit repackaged every year. No, they're like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
But anyway, moving on.
around the time of the Tokyo Game Show, which was several months ago, there was a trailer for Resident Evil 6 that was later deemed fake.
Yeah.
It was kind of hilarious. Like there was, at the end of it, there was there were coordinates. Those coordinates led to Thunder Bay, Ontario, Canada, which is the hometown of Paul Schaefer.
Oh, goddamn. That's funny.
Motherfucking hilarious, isn't it?
Oh, I did not know that.
And so, but now...
I didn't know about the fake trailer either.
Now, Capcom has officially announced Resident Evil 6. For really real this time.
With Chris and Leon. Together.
Chris, apparently bored with bioterrorism in Africa and Antarctica, decided to team up with Leon and such.
Can you tell that those are two of my favorite characters of the series? I mean, get Wesker on that team and it's although Wesker is the bad guy and technically dead, but still, that would be awesome. I'm
pretty sure that fans are going to be like, okay, there's no fucking excuses if Wesker's in 6.
Yeah. Well, I still think
because he kind of got a Disney death in 5.
Well, that would make him a giant magma zombie. That would be badass for Wesker. With his, Neo shades and long-ass bad coat of awesome.
Badass long coat.
Long-ass bad coat. There we go. Oh, holy shit. Dude, I don't even care if it's not going to be a survival horror anymore. I'm going to get Resident Evil 6 just for the fact that I want to play as Chris and Leon on the same team. Oh my god, that is awesome.
Essentially what we know of the plot is it of course is once again going to tie back to the Raccoon City incident.
Because I don't think Resident Evil 5 was nearly as well received as... I know it was popular, but not nearly as well received as its predecessors.
They praised the voice acting and pretty much said everything else was shit.
Good voice acting in a Resident Evil game. Finally!
Yeah.
Though 4, I think, is probably the best one of the series so far. Although 2
because it managed to incorporate the whole third-person over-the-shoulder shooter thing with survival horror.
Although
it's nice to have this perspective, but don't give me 5,000 bullets, please.
The Wii port sucks ass because I don't think it has... I can't get it to work for my GameCube controller. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't want to use the classic controller. The classic controller sucks ass! Also, speaking of Resident Evil, there's the Resident Evil bullshit movie series is releasing another...
Is another one this year?
Yeah. Fuck that series. I mean, the last movie, the only good points was it had, well, first of all, the third movie was pretty much a giant middle finger to the fans of the game series who expected it to be like the games or to be good. Because, at that point, they already had all the water on Earth disappearing to nowhere for no reason. Then the most recently released one was trying to reconcile that with Wesker and Chris and Jill, and it still is really bad. And the next one's just gonna be awful because they killed Wesker by crashing him in a helicopter into a mountain. Like, that would kill him. It took an entire fucking volcano, and still it was only a Disney death.
Yeah. It wasn't just a volcano. He got a rocket to the face.
Yeah. And in a volcano.
In a volcano, yes.
Which, there's very few more badass deaths. More badass deaths usually involve cane swords. Because cane swords are the most badass weapon ever. I want to get one just so I can say, fuck you, I own a cane sword. But anyway.
So what we know of the plot of Resident Evil 6 is basically the president wants to clear up some things about the Raccoon City incident, and then there's a bioterrorist outbreak, and
but didn't Raccoon City get nuked?
Yes, it got nuked.
There should be nothing there but a big old fucking crater. Unless it's like Dead Rising where something got out. But yeah.
And such.
Moving on.
21.
I want to say it. 2112 is now on Rock Band 3 for like a couple weeks now, but still.
You actually said something about this a few months ago. Let's take a listen. So what, did you just like fucking predict that, or?
No. But cuz, Rock Band, Harmonix tends to deny things that are never going to get into Rock Band. Like they've denied Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd because Jimmy Page and Roger Waters both think that the entire game genre is detrimental to actually learning an instrument, which Rocksmith is proving them wrong because Rocksmith actually works. But also they're assholes. I think the only rock legend that is a nice, intelligent guy is Alice Cooper. So yeah, but yeah, fucking 2112, and the way they set it up, yes, it comes in separate songs. It comes in 3 this time instead of like all 7 parts separated or something on Warriors of Rock. I don't really remember. It's been forever since I've played it. But if you buy the track pack on the Xbox or PS3, because the Wii gets fucked all the time with DLC for this genre, you get the full version as 1 track. And it's all very fun, and I was so glad when I finally got a hold of it, and I was happy. They need to now work on more Blue Oyster Cult. Though I know next Tuesday they're going to be releasing another CCR track pack again. It's just 3 songs as opposed to the 20 they released earlier.
So essentially it's cleaning up some of the stuff they missed?
They missed, yeah, like 3 songs. Susie Q, Who Will Watch the Rain, and the third one I don't remember. I think that's it. I know Susie Q for sure, but anyway. Yeah.
So yeah, 2112.
Huzzah.
This is in a game that's actually playable.
Yeah.
It's fucking shocking.
Also, keyboard controller. Also, they released Frankenstein by Edgar Winter Group.
So which the only reason you would get that is keys.
Yeah. I mean, the keys were charted for Guitar Hero and GH2 DLC, but obviously they're separate now that they have a keyboard controller, which I want to get a keyboard controller now just so I can play that on Pro Keys. So, speaking of Xbox,
you want to go ahead and talk about the dashboard and YouTube on Xbox while I go do something real quick?
Sure.
I will be right back.
So shortly before the holiday season, Microsoft updated the Xbox dashboard from their old PS3 copying dashboard to the new one based on the Windows 8 design. It's absolutely shit. It essentially wastes space because it only displays like 4 things of anything on the screen at once, and it's very it's trying to emulate the Windows 8 design with the different apps separated and shit. Honestly, I wish they there was a setting to change it back to the previous one, or even the original Xbox dashboard, which I really liked. But nope, we're stuck with it. And for a while there, it was really buggy, and it wouldn't load, like, on your hard drive. When you're accessing games from the hard drive, it wouldn't load the game cover, or it wouldn't load backgrounds for when you pull up game details, and it's just a huge pain in the ass. It's just so inefficient. And anything that pulls up that requires you to type but doesn't pull up the actual keyboard, which, why the fuck would you not do that if it's already there? Doesn't allow for just pressing a button for space anymore, which, if you've ever used Netflix on it, that's a pain in the ass. Also, YouTube finally came to the Xbox at the start of the year. It's absolutely worthless. You can't just, like, So, first of all, it's the same design where it's just very cramped in the center of the screen, not very efficient with, space on the screen. Searching's a pain in the ass because you can only really do the sort by relevance and sort by date, and you cannot access user pages with it. Also, when loading a video, if the video doesn't load consistently, you cannot just pause it and wait for it to load like you can with the browser version. But on the bright side, you can watch LPs on your TV, bringing the entire concept full circle, which the Wii did years ago. I really wish Microsoft wouldn't do shit like that. Speaking of things that piss me off, which I came up with this when he told me that I needed filler. Jonan Vasquez, the guy who made Invader Zim, is really starting to piss me off. So for those of you who don't know, making Invader Zim was a huge hassle because he consistently tried to go against what Nickelodeon was telling him he could and couldn't do, which eventually led to the show's cancellation. He has a rather large nerd and hipster and goth and all that following. And he acts like a fucking martyr all the time now. Saying Nickelodeon ruined my show. I don't know I can't really do his voice. It's actually deeper than what he does. But, let's see. But yeah, he acts like a fucking martyr all the time, even though he went to Nickelodeon of all people, whereas Cartoon Network at the time probably would have let him get away with all of it, even after Dark Harvest. Which, if you don't know that episode, look it up, because it's rather dark. I'm not even kidding. It's really dark. Hence Dark Harvest. But yeah. He acts like a martyr, and then all his legions of fans support him, and it's just rather annoying. Kind of hate it. Fuck Jonan Vasquez.
I'm back.
Alrighty.
I have no idea what you've been talking about for the past 6 minutes.
Nice. You'll hear it later.
Excellent.
But we should probably wrap this up. I'm running out of hard drive space.
Holy shit, man.
I got about a half an hour left.
Okay,
we should probably wrap this up. I have about a half an hour left.
You talked about the dashboard.
Yeah.
You talked about YouTube.
Yeah.
Movies.
So, in December, I saw 4 movies because we were splurging. I saw The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, Sherlock Holmes Games of Shadows, and Tintin. I'm sorry, I saw 3 movies. I saw 4 titles. Girl with the Dragon Tattoo is a crime thriller. Very stylized. It's based off the book of the same name. Actually, it legitimately surprised me with some of its plot twists. It's a good movie. Maybe not to see with the family, but good enough to see with your friends if you're into kind of artsy, out there crime thriller movies. I liked it. I'll give it. I give it 3.5. Not actually really showing the dragon tattoo out of 5. What else
Sherlock
did
Holmes.
I watch? Sherlock Holmes. You know, it's being panned by the critics, and I can see why. It's mostly an action flick. It does the whole slow motion to show off the action thing, which is overplayed now, and it falls into the sequels not nearly as good as the original, but it's still the same as the previous Sherlock Holmes film, and it has its endearing moments and its funny moments and its action moments and suspenseful, and I liked it. It was a fun movie to kind of turn your brain off for. I give it a 3.5 Disney deaths out of 5.
Turn your brain off, kind of like Immortals.
Not nearly that much. And finally, Adventures of Tintin, which you know me, I'm an animation buff, and this movie has proved once again that DreamWorks can make Pixar levels of animated films. You know, just like Shrek, or what else has DreamWorks done that's really good? I had another example.
I can't think of any.
Shit, I'm gonna have to look this up. Hold on.
DreamWorks. You want to talk about Tintin while you're looking that up?
So, The Adventures of Tintin basically follows the Tiller. What is he? He's a reporter, and basically he buys this model ship, and that instigates the entire adventure in standard Tintin fashion, where something innocuous leads into the awesome adventure that he has, and then he reports on it, and then you can basically the first half hour is just one giant reference to the Tintin series. If you are a fan of the comics, you will love the beginning. It's rather action packed. It's been described as Indiana Jones as a cartoon, but I wouldn't describe it as that because it's its own thing. It doesn't need to rely on that tag. It does a very good job paralleling like flashbacks to present quote unquote events, and I just loved it. It was fun. It was just really good. I give it 4.5 crane duels out of 5.
Crane duels?
With, the shipping cranes, not like the bird.
Oh, okay.
Though seeing cranes duel is a pastime out here, apparently. God, there's like 4 crane pairings, because, they mate for life, that live around here.
Yeah.
They're annoying. But yeah,
so did you find it?
No. I gave up. Like always. Alright, so what next?
I have no idea whether we're going to be able to get through all this.
Maybe.
It is... This is the first blog of this new year.
Yeah.
So we figure we'll take a short amount of time and look at 2011 in hindsight.
2011, in my opinion, was a great year for video games. Just month after month after month, a good game came out. We rarely see that, especially in the summer.
Yeah.
So, although 2012 is looking a bit bleak now.
Yeah.
Because this year we got the new Elder Scrolls, we got all the Fallout DLC, we got Skyward Sword, we got Deus Ex, we got Dead Space 2, we got We got awesome Rock Band 3 DLC, and the Rock Band 3 DLC is improving now that they're owned by Mad Catz as opposed to MTV Games.
Which, that helps.
Yeah. Hopefully less Nickelback. It was a good year. I wouldn't say much about it, but 2012 is going to suck because we got the Mayan calendar ending. We got what looks
hopefully 2012 doesn't turn out like that crappy John Cusack movie.
Yeah, dude, I saw that movie. It's so bad. We got the Mayan calendar ending. We've got what looks like to be a lull in good video games, and worst of all, we got fucking political commercials. I would rather have the world end than have to listen to those for another year. God damn it. But
So, we kind of took care of two birds with one stone there with 2011 in review and a look into 2012.
Two birds. Alright, so
Shut up.
I think we got like two more things that are completely random to talk about.
Yeah.
Alright, so for those of you who don't watch TV or know what insurance is, the insurance company Progressive has like this like white pocket dimension insurance grocery store thing concept.
Yes.
And so in the recent commercial, they have Sonic the Hedgehog in it for some reason, complete with like actual Sonic music. It was relatively good.
I believe there was the invincibility theme from Sonic 3.
Yeah, and there was the level complete from
Sonic 4.
Yes. So, good for the fans. I think Progressive has finally started realizing just how old some of their target audience is now.
If you haven't seen it, I will link you to a YouTube video of it. So click either the annotation link, or if you have annotations turned off for some reason, it'll be in the video description.
Do we ever really use annotations, though?
I do.
I don't. But anyway, there's also this really pimp indie type game that's free for now until it's released, and you can pre-order it for like $20, called Kerbal Space Program, and it's basically a space flight simulator. And it is hard as hell to get anything done in it. Look up some you got to look up some tutorial videos to learn how to like orbit something, or even landing on the moon and returning is very difficult. Just goes to show how much effort goes into a real life space program while still being a very fun game. But yeah, I think that's all I've got.
I've got one more random thing.
Alrighty.
And that would, of course, be the Spike Video Game Awards in December.
Fuck.
He was hoping that I wasn't going to bring this up. Probably mainly because of one category.
I don't even know what he's talking about anymore. I'm just bitching for the sake of bitching about Spike TV.
Well, we mentioned how for Game of the Year, only one is kind of a shooter.
Yeah.
The winner was Skyrim.
Fuck yeah!
And then subsequently, Studio of the Year would be Bethesda.
Yes. Say that like I get bonus from whether or not Bethesda wins these stupid awards.
Character of the Year went to the Joker.
Hells yeah! Dude, that's probably one of Mark Hamill's best performances ever. Well, he did say if he felt he couldn't top that performance, he wasn't going to do the Joker anymore.
Which is fair.
It was a very good performance. That is what Batman TAS is from 92.
Yeah.
So that was, the 19 years of experience he has playing the Joker focused onto that game. It was just awesome. Oh my god, I wish I could tell you about it, but you want to get it for the Wii U, so I can't spoil shit.
Nope.
God
What the fuck
damn.
was that?
That was me cringing and doing like a dolphin thing at the same time.
That was the combination of cringing and that weird noise you made with the Kid Icarus Uprising announcement.
Dude, has there been any fucking news for that?
No.
Oh.
At least I don't think so. Anyway, just going through the different categories. I almost don't want to bring this up, but best shooter.
Is?
Well, what would you think it is?
Well, I hope it's Battlefield 3, but I think it's Modern Warfare 3.
You are absolutely correct.
On which count?
On the fact that Madden Shovel Fair 3 won.
Oh. Maddenware 3. There we go. God damn it. Well, the problem is people keep buying this shit.
Yeah.
I mean, Battlefield 3 is also a franchise, but at least they try and improve on things and try new things each game. I know Battlefield 3 was the first to have a single-player campaign, I think, that of the main series, not Bad Company.
Best original score went to Bastion.
Yeah, I can see that. That had pretty good music.
Best for voice acting, both male and female, went to Portal 2.
Nice.
You had Wheatley and, of course, GLaDOS.
Yep. Right,
best downloadable game went to Bastion.
Yep. What?
Here's another category. Most anticipated game.
Oh, this should be good.
Mass Effect 3.
Eh. I care a lot less now. Fuck this. I'm not gonna rage anymore. I don't rage anymore. As is evident by our YouTube video. I am bad at it.
And finally, trailer of the year went to the Assassin's Creed Revelations E3 trailer.
Yeah. Which also
The
came out.
the last two I named were the only ones that reviewer voted.
Yeah. Although, the Assassin's Creed series is odd because they released, 2 in 2011?
Those two being Revelations and Brotherhood.
Yeah. Excuse me. Well, is that it?
Yeah, that was pretty much it.
Should we let them go? Your punishment is over, child of the parents who force you to watch our videos.
That's an odd punishment, if I may say so myself.
Cool and unusual punishment. TV tropes.
God damn it.
Anyway, we should probably end this now because
of stuff.
Yeah.
So for me, Jbizzo49.
And Prometheus MFD.
We'll see you sometime in the future for more of this crap.
Video 1000?
We'll probably have one more blog before that comes out.
Maybe.